Most tourists go to North Korea with very low expectations. Everybody watches some documentaries, reads the news and so on. And even if 90% of what they learn is not true, at least it's something they've looked into. Because everybody knows North Korea is an unusual place. Everybody knows they do things differently to everyone else. What we ignore is that there is life for 24 million people there.
We don't have much the awareness of the Western mentality or how they perceive the Koreans from outside, from the rest of the world.
Torture, rape, forced abortion, and execution.
Just unprecedented crimes against humanity. And the world can't close its eyes to that and pretend it's not there just because there's a nuclear problem.
Pyongyang warns an explosion is imminent and war could break out today or tomorrow.
North Korea does not and will not benefit from violating international law.
How concerned should we be? How dangerous is the situation?
This is how wars start.
Threats of terror-like violence and another premiere canceled.
We cannot have a society in which some dictator someplace can start imposing censorship here in the United States. Because if somebody is able to intimidate folks out of releasing a satirical movie, imagine what they start doing when they see a documentary that they don't like.
Korea is a small country, thousands of miles away. But what is happening there is important to every American.
A highly trained and well-equipped North Korean army swarmed across the 38th parallel to attack unprepared South Korean defenders.
The scene was set for a war between North and South, with the North supplied by China with tacit backing from the Soviet Union, and the South supported by the United States and its allies.
The cost was high to Americans who bore the brunt under the UN banner. Here they faced an enemy who ruthlessly slaughtered prisoners, many with their arms bound. First films of the ceremonies at Panmunjom that end 3 years of bitter, costly conflict. The bulky agreement spells out in minutest detail every provision of the truce. The ceasefire is good news to the men at the front, but it is almost somber here. Every UN member present knows that the big problems remain to be solved, even if the enemy acts in good faith. But there is hope. A big step forward has been taken. The armistice becomes official. The fighting is over. Prisoners will be exchanged, but there is little rejoicing. The Cold War is on, and the free world wonders, what next?
저는 항상 주민들한테 교육할 때는 우리가 힘들고 경제가 발전이 못 되고 주민 생활이 어려운 거는 다 이제 미국과 미국의 탓이라고 주민들한테 이렇게 교육을 시켜놔요.
世界范围里边，军费的开支都是巨大的。鉴于朝鲜，我们说老百姓经济上的我们说贫困，但是我们说朝鲜的情况比较特殊，朝鲜半岛处于我们说分裂分治的这么一种状态，朝鲜的一直担心。
Korea may represent the most advanced technology we've ever seen come out of North Korea.
Is terrifying.
So thrilled was this country by the rocket launch. Fireworks ripped through the sky. North Korean newscasters announced the successful launch with ecstasy.
Corea del Norte ambiciona el arma nuclear a partir de los años 90 porque hasta entonces ha estado protegida por el paraguas nuclear soviético. Y esto es el aspecto que la propaganda occidental pues ignora siempre. Corea ha estado amenazada por el arma nuclear occidental siempre.
And this is self-defense, definitely.
Es mucho más interesante analizar la amenaza, entre comillas, que Corea del Norte representa para el exterior, ¿no? Es un país que nunca ha invadido a nadie, cuyo ejército está compuesto por chatarra, fundamentalmente. Es como comparar una estación orbital con una tostadora.
Leaders are our fathers. We are part of a big family, and in that family, the figure of the leaders are representing like the fathers of the full society.
After only 5 days in Pyongyang, the constant propaganda was starting to work. With enough time, maybe even I could be convinced.
무료로 지원하는 무상 치료, 무상 교육, 이 세 가지를 북한이 내세우는 선전을 위해서 하는데, 그렇지만 실질적으로 봤을 때는 약도 없고, 그러다 보니 죽어도 내가 살고 싶은데 가서 살지 못하고, 다음에 이제 이데올로기를 안 배우고 싶어도 무조건 배워야 되는 그런 시스템이다.
North Korea is an unimaginable country. There is only one channel on TV. There is no internet. We aren't free to sing, say, wear, or think what we want. North Korea is the only country in the world that executes people for making unauthorized international phone calls.
We perpetuate stereotypes of a country or a society, and I think that's the danger, that's the price that we pay when we close off a country.
In North Korea, local media are reporting that men now have to wear their hair just like their leader, Kim Jong-un.
There isn't any kind of rule that you have to, cut only this way. No, it's it's a Western propaganda on our country.
The children wanted to wave to the foreign guests, but he took pictures and put it in the newspaper or magazine, making the comment that the children were asking for help or whatever.
Tonight, an 11-day period of mourning is underway for Kim Jong-il, the dictator who died Saturday. And we were struck by images from inside the Hermit Kingdom showing grief-stricken North Koreans in despair, wailing uncontrollably. But is all that emotion real, forced, or a bit of both?
When I go to talk to the universities in Spain, many times they give the conference, more than 500 people, 600 people come to hear me, and then I talk why and how we develop our socialist system. And they become very, very interested and followers of our great leaders. So we could say that DPRK is becoming the center of the world. I know that sense, huh? You are really lucky.
People always ask me why North Korea still exists. And I think it exists because nobody wants it to collapse. The Chinese keep it going because they like having a communist ally buffer zone on their border.
United States probably is the only pro-unification country. But I would not bet on this because if country is unified, it will be difficult to justify the presence of the US forces in Korea. Russia doesn't want a unified Korea, which will strengthen American position in the region.
The Japanese keep it going because they are afraid of the economic and military power of united Korea.
South Korea doesn't want unification because it will have to pay for it. All major international players, majority wants status quo.
I think the only ones, who really want it to collapse are the North Korean people.
Victims of the status quo is the vast majority of the North Koreans. However, who does care about them? Nobody.